Hey there, I just got the Optimum DA27EM4. 27 stands for the millimeter throw, which as far as I know is the highest on the market. I'm going up from a 21 millimeter to a 27, so I'm excited to see the difference between those two. And the EM4 stands for something important, I'm sure. But here it is, here's the box. I'm gonna get the camera set up here and then we'll do a little unboxing. All right, so this has been something I've been looking forward to getting for a while. It's one of those things where you want to get it as soon as it comes out, but do you need it? No. And finally I needed it, so having some issues, some power irregularities with my previous polisher, so can't have that going out in the middle of a job. And I've got a 6-inch backing plate of a Griot's Garage. I think it's the G21. And as you can tell, I'm losing a plastic piece. I'm sure it won't be that hard to replace. This will be a good number 2 in my arsenal. But one of the brushes, it's kind of falling apart a little bit. And then I have a couple of power cables, the 10-footers with the quick link. And I think part of the issue was one of them was going out, but it was kind of this problem and that problem at the same time. So it's like, well, I don't really want to deal with having to troubleshoot all that, and then if I get that fixed, if I run into another problem. And then I've got the G15, which I put the 2-inch backing plate on it, and I don't really want to convert that back to the 3 unless I need to. But anyways, not necessarily why you're watching the video, but that's what I'm working with starting. And so now we are talking about the 27 millimeter throw. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you already understand, probably even more than I do, but basically it spins rotary and then it also spins left and right, and the millimeter throw is the distance that it goes left and right. So back in the day when DAs first came out, they had really low throws and I was not impressed. But now that they have the higher throw, they really have the aggressive abilities to cut, and also safe still, so you don't have to worry about overheating and burning through the paint. So this is the moment I've been waiting for. Here's some extra brushes right on top. Nice big Allen wrench. That is a beautifully long cord. I know some people, they don't like cords, but there's so many things that go wrong with cordless too. So got this bad boy as an option. I wonder if there's a couple places you can put it. Oops. Get this set up over here. Beautiful. Wow. It's very solid. And I don't know if I can balance it this easily, but it's about right there. So that's pretty nice. Let me make sure you got a good shot of it. Yeah. Hope that it's not blurring you out the whole time. I'm gonna stop the video and switch it over to video just to make sure the cinema isn't messing everything up. Okay, so just want to make sure there's no weird blurring thing happening, and nothing under the foam. Wow. So this is what the backing plate looks like. Looks like there's good spots here for air distribution. I was talking to Don at OptiCoat, and he was saying that they pull all of these out of the box, they grease them, and they check them over before they sell. So they're in the best condition possible when they get to your front door, and that is really cool. Because I mean, I can figure some things out, but I mean, they know the right grease to use, and they take a lot of the guesswork out. So thanks, Don and the Optimum team. Zip tie. Taking an obscene amount of time, and I broke it, of course. I'm too excited. All right, so this one looks like you can, you know, strap it on to the cord actually if you want. And I'm guessing, well, I was gonna guess 20 feet, but now I'm guessing 25. It's a very long cord. It probably says in the manual. Goodness gracious. Of course, all the little kinks will work out over time. I'll tell you what though, I'm always running running these on power extension cords, and it would be nice if I didn't have to, if I could have it be a little closer. So what I'm gonna do, a little AB here, I'm gonna plug this in. I'm gonna get the 21 out just to feel the difference. You know, and you know, this is just one example. I'm just showing you what I'm used to working with. Maybe you have a Rupes, or gosh, there's so many out there anymore. But just to show you what I'm used to and what I'm going to. So I'll put them both on speed 4. 4. You know, and this is not like, here's a brand new G21 versus a brand new Optimum 27 EM4. So it's not a perfect comparison. I'm not saying anything bad about the 21. It's been great for me. And so this is a used one, very, very used. I've tried to take care of it. It has duct tape on it, for goodness sake, you know. So here's me firing this up on 4. Looks like the, I'm used to on here, on the Griot's garage, a little click, you can hear it. So sometimes I'll count without looking and know where I'm at. This one slides, no clicking, just heads up. That way you can actually go between the speeds. That's neat. Number 4. Wow. Like I said, it's brand new, greased up, but just hear the volume difference if you can. Wow. That's amazing. It's amazing. And I've got my Odyssey over here, and I'm not saying that the paint is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's got some scratches down lower that are just, you know, like a cat jumped up on the car and scratched it. But unfortunately, it doesn't have crazy, you know, car wash swirl type scratches to be able to tell a drastic difference in the cut. That'll have to be another video, but I'm gonna put a couple pads on the two polishers and just kind of feel it up against the paint, feel how balanced it feels. Okay, so I've got Both, I have the yellow pad, waffle foam pad on both of these, and they're both going to be at speed 4, and they both have been rinsed out with an O&R solution, the wash solution ratio in the pad washer, and I'm going to use hyper polish for both. And right now this has ultra shine and Optimum car wax on it, so I'm going to be cutting through that. But like I said, there's a couple of scratches, if you see from the right angle, kind of coming across here, and I believe that is from when I was testing a new car wash in the area. It's the second day that it was open, just to see, hey, have car washes gotten any better? And are they any safer? How are products coming along? You know, the brushes and all that. And just a nice long scratch down the car from one of the roller brushes. So it's good to test, and because sometimes people will ask me my opinion and, you know, which car washes to go to. And we're not here talking about car washes. I'm sorry we're this way in the conversation. Touchless is still all I would only recommend. I wish we could have a place where there could be a touch car wash that would be safe and effective. Maybe we'll get there one day. We're not there yet. So that's why those scratches are there. And I'm going to get the polish, and then really, like I said, this isn't so much for, oh my gosh, you know, cuts the scratches so much faster. And of course, when I say cut the scratches, I don't mean remove the scratches. I mean cut down to scratches and smooth them over. But it's more to see how does it feel, balance, efficacy, and those kinds of measurements is what we're going for today. So let's start with what I'm used to. 21 millimeter throw, Griot's Garage. Now let's feel, for the first time ever, so much quieter. So, you know, first off, the balance. It feels very balanced. The spread is incredible. One thing that I had noticed when I was working with the G21 is up here on this curve, about right here when I had it on both of these panels, bends in the panel, it was starting to stall out just a little bit. So I had to be careful. And obviously coming down here, coming up here, it started to, I could see the backing plate start to slow down. So I'm gonna move this up here and then see how it treats it. Okay, so when I was like going through here, no problem. It didn't even act like it was, you know, trying to get bogged down. When I got here to this really tight angle from this direction, where I'm starting to hit the handle here, it was kind of having a harder time. But it seemed like when I switched up here, yeah, I had no problem getting that from that angle. When I tried to kind of make the angle right here, you know, I could, it was just too tight. So as far as stalling, where's it gonna have some, I don't even know if issues is the right word, but that's the only thing that I really experienced right there. It doesn't, I feel like it might be, no, they're about the same weight. It's just like nice and solid the whole way through. The trigger feels really nice. It kind of feels like, not that it's easing its way into it, but I don't know. It's like if you've driven a turbo car, it just kind of picks up as you're accelerating. So that's kind of what it feels like when it's starting up. The lock feels really good. And from a side panel, I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I'm going to add on to this video before releasing it. I'm going to get a vehicle in that desperately needs some love, some TLC. And we'll see how it does as far as how much quicker it removes scratches and what it's like working on that. But already, you know, I'm super happy. Of course, it looks great because it's brand new. That's part of what's exciting. I love the color, but also everything about it just feels just updated, you know, like they've thought it through. So I'm really happy with it. And I can take a great machine that I'm already using and have it as a backup. But I'm excited to get into the Optimum world of polishers. And as I go along, I'm sure I'll find out more about it. I know that they updated it to a 900 watt motor, very powerful. I hear that they're not, you know, coming back faulty and broken. So looking forward to some longevity with this bad boy. Definitely feel like I'm holding a rich person's tool in my hand. And I'm excited to try it with different pads, some softer pads. The wool pad, like the Hyper Foam, where it's a hybrid pad, and even the microfiber pad and put it through the ringer. But this is day one. Just got it in tonight. I'm glad to fire it up and glad that it can take over as the #1 tool in my arsenal.